Hi, Madam Sheila. My name is Venisa Ana Ujang and my metric number is 106631. Today, I will be presenting my infographic titled AirAsia Digital Transformation and Organizational Development Analysis. This presentation will focus on how AirAsia faced challenges during the COVID-19 pandemic through organizational change and digital transformation. Let's take a look at the first section, which is Introduction. As we all know, AirAsia is known as low-cost airline in Southeast Asia. However, during the COVID-19 pandemic, AirAsia faced a major crisis due to global travel restriction. This caused a significant drop in revenue and disrupted its normal operation. To survive, AirAsia implemented digital transformation strategies, including diversifying into logistics, food deliveries, and e-hailing services. This case highlights how the company adapted through the organizational changes and remained competitive in a challenging environment. Next, let's move to the second section, which is about OD concepts and application. First is Lewin change model. In this model, there are three types or three phases that happen in Lewin change model. Let's take a look at the first phase, which is unfreeze. What happened to the unfreeze phases? AirAsia must accept the changes because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Since their operation cannot normally like before, so they have to accept the changes. Second phase in Lewin change model is change phase, where AirAsia must change their past behavior into new behavior. Like for example, maybe before the COVID-19 pandemic happened, they are just rely on one business activity only, but after the COVID-19 pandemic happened, they have to think and looking for another way to survive. Like I said before this, AirAsia diversifying into logistics, food deliveries, and e-hailing services. The third basis in Lewin change model is refreeze. AirAsia must maintain and accept the new changes in their company and not come back to the past behavior. The company must stabilize through a super aid ecosystem. Second concept that I choose is quarters 8-step models. First is urgency. AirAsia created urgency due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Second is vision. AirAsia developed a clear vision of becoming a digital airline. Last point is wins. During the COVID-19 pandemic, AirAsia achieved short-term wins through the food deliveries and e-hailing services. These models can help me to understand how change was planned and implemented effectively. Let's take a look at section 3, which is about organizational case analysis that will discuss about changes and impacts. There are 4 drivers of change using PESEL analysis for AirAsia case study. The first driver of change for AirAsia is political. For this aspect, AirAsia have to stop their operation because government announced lockdown and travel restriction for airlines. For the academic, AirAsia faced economic problems since the revenue dropped significantly. The third one is social. AirAsia increased demand for delivery services. Take for example, AirAsia not rely on airline operation, but AirAsia also makes e-hailing services during the COVID-19 pandemic. Last but not least, driver of change in AirAsia case study is technological. Because of COVID-19 pandemic, AirAsia must learn and accept the growth of digital transformation and online services. Indirectly, these factors push AirAsia to change quickly in order to survive. However, the changes give advantages and disadvantages to employees, workplace culture, and organizational performance. The benefit of change to employees is employees can get new job opportunities. For example, people that know well in IT can get job opportunities since AirAsia is trying to adapt and grow in digital transformation. The disadvantage of change to employees is changes will increase job insecurity. This is because since AirAsia is doing digital transformation, so AirAsia will hiring their staff. So this will increase job insecurity among employees. The benefit of change to workplace culture is the environment will be more innovative, but for the disadvantage is some staff will resist to change. Last but not least, organizational performance. The benefit of change to organizational performance is AirAsia can get new revenue streams, but for the disadvantage is AirAsia will lose aviation. Let's move to the section 4, which is about SDG 8 alignment. SDG 8 is focused on 8.1, which is about sustained economic growth. Means that AirAsia can grow their economy through logistics, food delivery, and e-hailing services. Number 2 is 8.2, which is about increased productivity through innovation. Take for example, AirAsia developed a super app ecosystem and introduced free digital platform Teleport and e-commerce for the new digital transformation. Last but not least is 8.5, which is about decent work and employment. Because of the COVID-19 pandemic, it's create new job opportunities for us, which is in e-hailing drivers and delivery workers. Next, recommendation. My recommendation to AirAsia is implement digital reskilling and learning academic. Since AirAsia is not really familiar to digital, so it is good to give this kind of training to their staff. Hence, this can help AirAsia improve adaptability, reduce resistance to change, and support long-term transformations. This recommendation is also supported by MC Kinsey, 7S framework, which emphasizes alignment within the organization. To conclude, here are the key takeaways in this case study. First one is COVID-19 caused a severe financial disruption. Second is digital transformation enables business survival. Third one is diversification created new but gradual revenue recovery. The fourth key takeaway that I can get from this case study is cost control improve operational efficiency. Last but not least is employee reskilling is critical for transformation. That is all from my presentation. Thank you, Madam Sheila.